I'm going to kick this over to Porter and let him dig in again, help you guys understand what this big term means and start understanding why this is important and why you guys came to this. Porter, I'll pass it over to you.
Thanks so much, Tim. Great to be with everyone. Warm welcome to all of my friends that are Information Builders clients that we may have crossed paths in the past, and greetings to anyone that I haven't met that I hope to interact with soon in the future. As Tim mentioned, I came over in the IBI acquisition. I was at Information Builders for a really long time in a variety of roles. Most of my roles were in the field and then in corporate sales. And then I was part of kind of a team of subject matter experts. And, I just love technology. And one of the things I loved doing was providing research to the product division and working on the product. And so it was actually really cool when we got acquired by TIBCO to be offered a role in product management. And I started as, you could think of me as like a customer facing product manager, specializing in web focus. And I'd always done a lot of research on other products in the space, like visual analytics and streaming and data science. And not long after I joined, they kind of added those products that are in the TIBCO portfolio to my job. And so, my title changed to the product manager of Hyperconverged Analytics. And I'll describe what that is all about. Just so everyone's aware, TIBCO has 3 pillars of products. I am an expert in the Predict portfolio, and that is largely what Hyperconverged Analytics covers. But TIBCO also has products around kind of like API management and cloud integration that you see in the Connect pillar. And then they also have data virtualization, ETL, metadata management, and master data management in the Unify pillar as well. So just be aware it's a broad portfolio of products available to you in TIBCO. I'm going to describe what hyperconverged analytics really is. It's a term that TIBCO came up with, but it's also a term that is generally described and recognized by analysts as well. And you'll see that. So from my perspective, and I've been in the technology space for a long time, I'm hardly the foremost expert, but I've worked with a lot of customers. I've done a lot of research. Here's my no nonsense, no fluff take on why hyperconverged analytics is important, why you should care about it, is what I've seen. When I started out of college in 2000, it was like very few organizations had analytics and business intelligence vendors, and it was like Information Builders, and we're competing against Cognos and Business Objects and Hyperion. It was an immature market at the time. And so going through that kind of enterprise reporting and business intelligence space where everyone is acquiring one or more solutions, and then with the disruption of modern BI, self-service visual analytics and data preparation and augmented analytics solutions. And that's been going on for 10 or 15 years. And so now I find every organization already has multiple enterprise reporting and modern BI solutions, and that those solutions have hit maturity, but where there is opportunity is very few organizations do I see adding data science and real-time or streaming data to those deployments. And what we see with TIBCO customers and other people is that when you're able to combine the things that the ABI solutions do really well, but then enrich those solutions with real-time streaming data, or the benefit of data science to make predictions or prescriptions, that it opens you up to this whole new world of new use cases that can be solved only with the combination of those technologies. That's why I think there's an opportunity, and that's why I think it matters. And so what convergence and hyperconvergence means and is happening in the marketplace, on one perspective, it's the technologies converging. When you think about data, when you think about DSML solutions or potentially automation or human insights that are derived from visual analytics solutions, we actually see products that are focused on data. Think about Alteryx. Wow, they really added a lot of machine learning capabilities to their solution. Think about human insights. Think about Spotfire. Think about Tableau. or even Web Focus. Wow, they're really adding a lot of data science capabilities. They're adding a lot of data preparation capabilities. So from one perspective in the marketplace, all these products are converging, looking to add these components to offer that single solution, right, that can do it all. And we also see the personas in data and analytics converging as well, okay? And then we also see this really cool thing happening where new personas are coming about because of the diverse skill sets that are needed to kind of support the creation and deployment of these next generation applications. In TIBCO, we call that hyperconverged analytics. TIBCO enjoys products across all of these technology spaces and provides products to all of these existing and new personas. And we like to say it brings together visual analytics, data science, and streaming capabilities together. And the key is that it's in a seamless experience, right? It's products that are designed to work together under one roof, kind of common integration points and user interfaces and APIs designed to work well together. And so there's three kind of attributes we use to describe it. It's immersive, meaning the end point of the solution might be like this single pane of glass with a visual interactive type of dashboard. It's smart. There is data science infused and embedded within the solution, and it's real time. It takes advantage of the latest and most current data via our streaming capabilities. This is not just us saying it. A lot of the analysts are talking about it. This is not the first time someone talked about it, but you'll notice even in March of 2020, Gartner was talking about all of these technology spaces colliding. And it talks a lot about what I was describing earlier, really with products starting to reach into these other spaces as well. And you know, what business outcomes organizations could expect to enjoy if they take advantage of this convergence. IDC and Forrester are also talking about it. We actually did a webinar on this with IDC if you're interested in additional information on that. The great thing is that at TIBCO, like we think of information builders as a leader in the enterprise reporting space. And oh, by the way, we also rate in the Gartner MQ for modern BI. But then of course we have Spotfire, which it's very close to the leadership quadrant. So just from a BI perspective, TIBCO's got great products, whether we be visionaries or leaders. But then as you look at data science, streaming, and data, Analyst 1 is Gartner, Analyst 2 is Forrester. You can see leadership products across all of these technology spaces. And to just give you a quick primer on what some of these other products are, like you probably are familiar with Web Focus. And if you're not familiar with Web Focus, you're probably familiar with the ABI space. And so what I want to introduce you to are the additional products that TIBCO brings to the table that you can use to integrate into existing Web Focus deployments or existing deployments with other ABI solutions. The first is TIBCO's data science solution, and Aiden's going to give you an incredible demonstration. Like, love that demo that he's going to show you that integrates these products. TIBCO Data Science offers two products. The first is like a true DSML collaborative workspace to develop end-to-end artificial intelligence solutions. And so sometimes it's leveraging the work that's been done of data science teams, whether it be Python or Jupyter notebooks. It's got a visual canvas so that you can actually graphically leverage all sources of data, do data preparation, do model building. And it has collaboration features built in, right? So like data scientists and data stewards and data analysts can all collaborate, or AI architects can all collaborate within this space, and it's graphical, right? But we're still giving you auditability and to be able to see kind of like the code that is generated. In the second product that we have is called ModelOps. This is a new product that's just launching. What ModelOps is great at is saying, we don't care what the origin of the data science product is, whether that be using TIBCO Team Studio, whether that be someone writing in Python, someone has a product like Data Robot. What ModelOps does is it allows you to operationalize and scale data science from any input and deliver it to any output with built-in governance and monitoring and things like that. So two really nice products in the data science end of things. From a streaming perspective, we've always had a really strong product. It's called Streambase Studio. It has some similarities to Team Studio in that it is a graphical canvas to configure inputs of streaming data, do things like data preparation. You could do in-stream scoring. You could pass that on to Spotfire or WebFocus. In some new products we've been working on, TIBCO Cloud Data Streams introduce low and no code tools to make it faster and easier to configure streams and then plug them into whatever your AVI solution might be as well. And a new capability we added, which is super cool here, is dynamic learning on the streaming data. You can in real time score that data with data science capabilities. Two quick use cases for you that I love. This one is in the pharmaceutical space, one of the top pharmaceutical manufacturers, an example of applications that can only be built with the combination of streaming, data science, and ABI or visual analytics. So you've seen a lot of dashboards like this in the world. You probably have not seen as many applications that are fed by streaming data coming from actually 18 freeze dryers, hundreds of sensors on each of these. The streaming data is managed by TIBCO, of course, but then we are scoring it in real time. And what we're looking to do is predict when a batch of medication might have to be scrapped. It's a big deal because when a batch of medication has to be scrapped, it's a $20 million loss. So that's one of my favorite use cases. Probably my favorite one is Mercedes. If you've been watching the F1 show, I think it's on Netflix, or if you watch these races, you'll know that TIBCO is a big sponsor of the Mercedes Petronas car in Lewis Hamilton, and they are using streaming data to consume 50,000 data points per second per car. Understood. And then they're using data science to predict lap time and damage probability. Like you can see when we think the tires are going to wear. You can see what the acceleration trend is, where on the course that they are. It allows you to do digital twins to predict a lot of things. So that's a super cool use case as well. So much more I could share with you, but want to give you a quick intro because we're going to be doing a lot of more in-depth sessions on hyperconverged analytics at the TIBCO Analytics Forum coming up in a couple weeks in June. I'm actually doing a session that looks at the specific WebFocus product integrations with all of those products and kind of shows you how you can take advantage of some of those today. So Tim, thank you so much. I'm going to hand it back to you.
You bet. Thanks, Porter. Let me see if I can